kind of going to do just a little visit here. This is Joe Roberts. He came over from Alliance, Nebraska, and he was just here and took our shop class Monday and Tuesday.
Yep.
So tell them a little bit about yourself, Joe, and what you do.
Well, I live over in Alliance. Like chase cows a little bit, and I've got a small custom shop back there, and hoping to kind of move that forward into a little bit more of a production line here in the near future, and so stay busy enough doing that.
Good, yeah. So Joe was over to take the class, and we just kind of want to share with you guys a little bit about what he learned and what he thought of the class. So when we talked originally about doing the class, you kind of had talked about a plan and you kind of had an idea in what you wanted to build, and we knew they were going to be chinks. But did we meet your expectations for helping you achieve what you were looking for in a pair of shaps?
No, you exceeded them. Because I was dumber than dirt when it come to building them, and the thing that really had me messed up with the one and only pair I ever tried to build was measurements and understanding how everything laid out.
How the pattern worked.
How the pattern worked.
Yeah. So, I know it was kind of a whirlwind class. I'd much rather do a 3-day class than a 2-day class. I know we started was 9 o'clock the first day, which was Monday. Took an hour for lunch. Got done about 6 o'clock when we wrapped up. And in that amount of time, we had virtually all the tooling done.
Yeah.
We laid out the yoke, side panels. I think we had the bodies cut out.
Yeah.
Was just ready to start putting that together. So what questions did we really help you with in getting the pattern to work? I mean, did it make sense what we were showing you?
Yeah. The big thing for me was wanting to do a clip and D, that setting these D's and getting those measurements right, and the drop. That was, I didn't know how that correlated in the pattern, and when I first got here, the first thing he taught me was you took my measurements, we got them measured out, and in your pattern pack you pulled that out, and we just kind of moved it, and it made sense. All the numbers that I've always heard when dealing with making chinks and shaps, never knew how to apply them.
Okay.
And I do now.
Well, good. And then one of the things that scares a lot of people off is how much it would cost to come do a class. I know we're a lot less than others. In the process, I mean, I think we're going to be at about $200 a day now. Now that we've kind of figured out where we need to be, but was the money well spent? I mean, that's the other thing is the class worth the money to come to take it? I mean, I know there's a lot of others that are out there that are kind of doing it that may be more expensive, but we're not trying to rip you off. We're trying to teach you.
Right. And for me, I looked at it more as an investment, because I have a custom shop, and I have to build these, and doing them right and making them to order. I looked at it more as an investment, and I thought the price was more than fair. So,
as far as setting up the patterns and how we worked it out, did you feel like 2 days was not long enough or too long, or time-wise? Did you feel rushed? The second day we didn't even take lunch. We started at 7 and was done at 5. We didn't take lunch. We worked right through.
Yeah.
So.
I think 2.5 days probably would have been a little better, but I look at it from my point of view where I didn't have to be taught how to do some things with tools and things of that nature. So I was able to kind of run my own pace, especially with tooling of the yokes and things of that nature. And I thought it was reasonable amount of time to build these in actual. And I don't know if we actually had 16 hours of work time involved with it or not, but it was a good pace.
Yeah.
It was a good pace.
And I don't know. You can kind of tell them about the day. I mean, I don't know if I was in your face all the time. I kind of let you run with it and whatnot.
No, and that's the other thing too. I'll point out the level of respect that I got from you. You don't get that in every class that you take with somebody where they're teaching it. They expect you to do it their way, and you allowed me the reign of doing what I thought was most comfortable for me. For example, using the razor knife versus the head knife.
Right.
I cut better with that knife, and
right.
and you integrated the practices that I use in my shop here, and that was a relief, to be honest with you. And so, but the day itself, starting at 9 o'clock, going through a systematic approach with the build, starting with measurements and learning how to take them, how to apply it on paper, take what's on the paper and showing me what goes where, and then it's cut out. And then I like the systematic approach
right.
to it, and that was a relief.
Well, I try to make it to where you're comfortable, because if you're not comfortable, it's going to be hard for you to work.
Yeah.
We talked about it as we was going through it, that you had taken a saddle class and worked under a guy, and he wouldn't let you use his tools and things like that.
Yeah.
And for me, it's a risk I take letting people use my equipment. But on the other side of it too is some of them aren't going to have that opportunity to even use equipment like this.
Right.
We've got stuff that not everybody else has got, and sure enough, there's some stuff that I'm probably not going to let you stick your fingers in because they might wind up missing. But the head knife versus a round knife versus a box cutter. I don't care what you cut them out with, because whatever somebody's going to cut them out with at home, that's what they're going to be comfortable
right.
with, and that's important that you guys get that. You're able to do what you want to do.
Right. And the other thing to it too was, I had an idea, and just we had talked on the phone 2 or 3 times prior to this, and sharing what was in my head, putting it down here with how it all works. I got to build exactly what I saw in my head, and there wasn't a lot of you need to do it this way, or you need to do it with this, and you need to do it with that. You sit down, you listen to what I had to say, and that was important. I wanted a heavier set of chinks for the kind of work I do, right. And I'm glad I did it that way. And as I shared with you this morning, these things got put to work this morning, and I'm glad I built it that way. And I don't know, I think it's on my right side here, but running that rope across my leg today, I was grateful I had heavy ones. And learning, understanding that too, the way what you had taught me about right side's going to get the heaviest side, and you brought me to a place to think about that where I never considered it before.
Right.
I never thought about roping off the right side, and when you pull your dolly, that rope comes across that right leg, you know.
Right.
Because being right-handed dominant, I was going to put the pocket right on my right side, and kind of explaining how the function of it should be. That was pretty big for me.
Well, and especially for those that are building their first pair, or might possibly be building for somebody that does cowboy for a living.
Yeah.
My pattern isn't something like we talked about while we were building. It's not something that I stole from somebody necessarily. I mean, I studied a lot of other people's work and applied it. But I think I was about 14 when I built my first pair, and yeah, they were pretty crude. They're hanging out in the shed, and I've thought about bringing them in, but I don't know if they'll allow that. That may never happen because they're pretty bad. Second pair I built, blew out of the back of a pickup. Buddy ended up with them. Somehow he denies it, but anyway, I don't have them to show either, so I've got a picture somewhere. But I built them, I wore them, I built them, I changed, I did whatever, and so this pattern isn't something that I got from somebody else. This pattern's something that I've used. I've found out where it soars, doesn't soar, things like that. So, the base pattern's there, but you can work off of that. You can change some things. You can change lengths, sides, and lengths of fringe, and you can, and the yoke that comes with it. This is the yoke pattern that comes with it, but you can put a lot of stuff in there. I mean, but we still talk about where it might rub on you in the class, and how to sharpen. We'll talk about some tool sharpening, and it's not just the building of the shop. So we talked about operating the basket stamp and different ways to do things like that, and how to lay things out, and I mean, I think there's more to it than just building a pair of shafts.
Well, understanding too, it's interesting you bring that back up about the function, and one of the things I never gave thought to was weak points, and where they're going to break at over time. Where they're going to fail, and all that stuff, that kind of information that I got from you in that class, that doesn't just allow me to build these brand new. That allows me to repair as well. And that's one of the things I can't tell you how many shaft repairs I've rejected in my shop because I didn't have that confidence level on how to build them, let alone repair them. And going through that systematic approach gave me the knowledge to do it all the way through now with everything.
All right. We just thank you guys for joining us. Hope that the classroom setting is something that you guys enjoy. And I know we said we were going to go at 6, but we had to go a little early because we got miles to get and things to get done. And so appreciate everybody, and we'll catch you on down the road. Thanks.